Hello and welcome to Happy Foot, Sad Foot, your LAFC gateway drug. I'm Travis Helwig.
I'm Darren Miller.
Mr. Spectrum, is my internet working okay this time?
It looks
You
like
seem
it is.
good. You seem good
Okay.
right now. Let's keep going. We don't need to talk about this. I don't want to jinx it. One of the most fun nights LAFC has had in a long time. A game that we all, I want to say, saw the lineup and said,
Called it.
Easy win, we said.
Fuck you, haters. Called it.
We saw that lineup. We said we know what these guys can do. We know
Show them the
we know what
receipts. Travis.
Saldana can do. Look, this was a good night to be a fan of LAFC for a whole bunch of reasons. Let's start with, I don't know. What do you want to start with? David Martinez?
He's been good all tournament. He really seized the moment. Played well. He still had some moments where he would float in and out of games, but his ability on the ball and some of the things he was doing in the offensive third was exactly what we want to see. Like, we'll forgive you, David, if you float in and out of games as long as you're doing what you're doing in the game, and that's what he wasn't doing recently. And he's just an incredible talent. I mean, we knew he was an incredible dribbler. He's been working on his finishing, working on his composure. We've started to see that. He's so hard to get off the ball. It's incredible for a guy that looks like he weighs maybe 115 pounds, but he's very strong. It's unimaginable like how strong he is on the ball. I'm really excited for him. I think, and it's just the right time. Like we talked about, Ordaz and getting a red card might be the wrong time for him for like guys coming into his position. Now that Ebobisse's hurt, like these guys are going to be called upon. I still think that LAFC probably, and they talked about it on the broadcast, should be looking at one more attacking piece, especially now with Ebobisse. Like that injury that looks like he had a hamstring pulling up like that, that's at least like 4 to 6 weeks plus whatever, who knows what else more.
Yikes.
Like we don't have time for that. Really don't.
Easily the sad foot of the night, and maybe the only one is the Ebobisse injury. Not that Ebobisse has been a integral member of the team, but we're just a team bodies at this point, right? And
zero forwards on the pitch for the last 20 minutes. Zero.
Subbing in Tim Tillman to play right wing and then immediately scoring is one of the funniest moments of Dolo ball I've ever seen.
Well, he did play some winger in Germany. Like that was his original position before moving back to midfield. And Steve would have known that. Not that he was like, I drew it up this way, but yeah, this is not ideal.
I think we've given Martinez a hard time on this show, a good amount, just because he hasn't lived up to the expectations. If Leagues Cup Martinez shows up in the regular season, we're going to have to eat some fucking crow because he's been an unbelievable player all tournament long. Today was maybe his best game ever for the club. Yeah. That final run where two of the best defenders on the continent were trying to stop him, and he was just able to muscle past and then fake out with body language. One of the better goalies that Liga MX has ever seen. Just easily his best goal for the club, and probably, I would say without question, his best game for the team. Would you guys agree with that?
I think so. He hasn't had very many. So
he played almost the whole game. Geoff Tock, heel of the foot, is waiting to come on. I can see him.
Not yet. I do not want to talk to him yet.
So I fair warning, guys. Jeff and I have been fighting in the Discord about this all night.
About David Martinez?
About David Martinez, yes.
Oh, what is your position before Jeff can even defend himself?
When he came out, he was very upset, and I said, it makes sense to me because up until now, whenever something important happens to him, big negative or positive in a game, he just completely checks out. So now he has a great game.
It's funny that you didn't even mention the actual reason why he should have come out. The guy was clearly gassed. He's played 3 games in the space of
that
could not move.
And he hadn't played.
But let's leave him. But let's leave him on the field. Let's leave players that can't move on the field.
This is what we were arguing about. Jeff will come on later and tell us that he was playing possum.
You guys know that.
Faking.
I mean, I haven't played FIFA in a long time. You two do though. Is there still a mode in which you can play where players don't get tired?
Yeah, I think so.
That doesn't exist in real life.
When he came out,
Talk about this later.
My thought was, I'm happy he's not getting the opportunity to get upset and start fucking up. Like, let's just keep him. Well, like, his head is clearly not always on his shoulders in these games. Let's give him a game of pure confidence where he won the fucking game for us against a team we've never beaten before. Like, the best player on the pitch, besides maybe Smolyakov, was David Martinez. And so, like, let's give him a pure game where it's just confidence and he doesn't have to worry about anything. Happy to have him come off then and know that, like, nothing's going to make him feel like he didn't have an excellent game. I'm so thankful that David Martinez is on our team. Give me that David Martinez every game, and I'll shut the fuck up about how he hasn't lived up to his standards, because he hasn't. But to be fair, in recent weeks, he's had to play behind Dilrosun and Ordaz. Dilrosun because he's on a loan, and Ordaz has just had a better season than Martinez, even if he's not as talented as Martinez. Let's talk.
I just don't know in what world, like, the guy was heavy legged, like any other player you'd want to come out. I mean, I know no, even Bouanga. If I saw Bouanga like loafing it and couldn't move, he's got to come out of the game. Like, that's negligence at that point. Like, come on. This isn't even me trying to dunk on anyone. Like, this is just common sense.
Let's talk quickly about let's bring Tock on so we can get the Martinez conversation out of the way. I'm in a pleasant mood, and the idea of bringing like a Dementor like Tock on that just like sucks the energy out of the, like, he's going to come on and the vibes. So all of our new listeners in South Korea that are watching, what I want you to know is this man is he is is
our enemy?
He's on the sex offender list in the county of Los Angeles.
Allegedly,
and his energy is really it's just gonna bring it down. So if you don't want to keep watching, hit the thumbs up and the subscribe, and you can watch the next one. But Geoff Tock, welcome to the show.
You can come back.
Thanks so much for being here.
I have kids, right, Travis? Like, you call me a sex offender when I have children that I go to a school at. It's like a funny bit when we're like 19. I'm 38. I got kids. You can't do that shit. Also, another thing we
said allegedly.
It's very cute. Yeah, you said allegedly. Thank you so much. It's great. Listen, you guys are tough on Martinez all the time. Every fucking post game is how much fucking Martinez is loafing it. He doesn't have the right body language, all this crybaby shit. And I'm telling you, man, like,
not body language.
He's talking about body language. He's loafing. He looks gassed after 10 minutes there.
I think that's the issue, is you think it's just body language.
Shut the fuck up, Darren. Geoff Tock, say what you want to say so we could kick you off.
I think legitimately people are viewing this kid who's 19, who's from one of the most horrific places in the last 10 years that you can be from, in Venezuela. It's a tough fucking spot, right? I'm sure we all think we had it tough growing up. Martinez had it 100 times tougher, right? He's a 19-year-old kid.
Yeah, but my parents were just like a little poor. Keep going.
This is a distraction.
Keep going.
This is all your improv training working here. It's a shock you guys never fucking made it to groundlings. Listen, it's
we don't fuck with character base. Keep going.
You're just walking into these money. You're walking into them. Yeah, well, listen, that's on you.
Here's what I'm saying is I think it's an American mindset of, if he doesn't look like he wants to play, if he doesn't look how I want him to look, we think he's got a bad attitude or he's not playing hard or whatever. And to me, I just fundamentally think
I can't decide on a layout.
He looks gassed. I don't think he look like he's loafing.
I disagree.
I disagree. I disagree. It's not an American mindset, Geoff. This happens around the world. Like, come on.
I think part of this is we have an American coach, right? And we have an American fan base, and
that grew up, that played mostly in Germany. Like, his education is German. Hard German.
Call it German. Call it whatever you want to call it. What I'm saying is Ordaz plays how coaches want you to play, which is he plays.
This is not the hill he should die. This is not the hill he should die on.
I'll die on every hill, bitch.
I'll die on every hill, bitch. I'll die on every hill, bitch.
Like, the slander after he makes that amazing run, has this great goal.
We're not slandering him. We started the show saying he won the game for us, and this was his best game as a player.
Watch EPL games for like half a season and hear how much they talk about young players and loafing it and not having the right body language and not being tuned in. Hey, look at anybody talking about Lamine Yamal right now. The fact that his pants are too long, his
I
hair
find
is
that-
funky. By the way, we're not
okay.
doing that just in America. I'm just saying this
Okay,
was
sure,
the point
sure,
you wanted to
Call
die
it,
on.
call it an anglophone thing then, Vince.
No,
'Cause you-
it's happening
'cause
in
you-
Italy. It's happening in Spain. It's happening all around the world. It's a
Okay,
thing.
would you say that there's a long history of more flamboyant Latin American players who are called they're not hoofing it, they're not playing the right way or whatever. Like there's a long history of that in soccer, and I think that this is part of what this is that he's not living up to the expectations that people have for him, right? And I do think that like where he's from and the style of soccer he plays comes into that of people don't think that he's pressing enough on defense when I think he's pressing when it's necessary. People don't think he's running enough when I think he's making amazing runs. I just ultimately I think that this guy's getting a really bum rap because he doesn't smile after he scores, and that drives me absolutely fucking insane.
No, everyone.
No,
come
no,
on.
no, I
Everyone
love
loves
that he
what he did
doesn't
after he
smile.
scored. Come on.
Okay,
Like,
look.
you're right. There is a history of let's call it what it is, racism against players from certain parts of the world, in the way they play. I don't think, and I think we've been hard on David Martinez more because of how good of a player we think he is. I don't think we pushed it to the level of where, let's say, it is even borderline racism.
But I'm not
in
out
this
here trying
game.
to call
But
you
in
guys
this
racist.
game,
When
but no, I know that. I'm trying to do this to segue into this. But in this game, Jeff, like when you saw him the final 5 minutes he was on the field, did you really think he could go 90 and give
no,
like
they should have subbed him off. He scored 2 goals. I don't think he should stay on the pitch for 90
What are
minutes.
we
I never
arguing
said
about
that.
then?
But, Darren, I was yelling at you. Said he looks gassed 10 minutes in every time, and every time he scores a goal, he gets.
I told you I was being hyperbolic. That was a bit. He looks gassed
Oh no, Mr.
too
Spectrum.
early every time. Yes, not
I
10 minutes
think-
exactly.
Okay.
I think that
All
we're
right.
looking at him being gassed as when he's walking, and what I'm saying is he's walking because he's trying to lull these people into not thinking.
No,
he's
I
gonna
did.
run.
That's not what I'm saying. He's gassed. I'm fine when he's walking. I have no problem when he's walking. I have a problem when he misses assignments, when he misses runs, when he doesn't get back on defense, when he makes huge mistakes that let in goals and get him yellow cards that he shouldn't be getting and get us nothing from it.
I wish you had a tenth of this frustration you have with Martinez for Ordaz, who actually got a red and actually cost us the tournament.
I
Like,
have the exact
Cost
same
us the
amount of
tournament.
frustration.
Cost us the tournament.
we did point out that Ordaz made a huge mistake at the very wrong time for
We've
his
said
career.
all this shit. Listen, Tock, I'm going to give you last word because I think we're going to, talk for a little bit longer than this. We've been hard on Martinez. We've been very positive on Martinez this match. We were very negative on Ordaz after the last match, but he also scored in that match as well. You don't think we were negative on Ordaz?
If you go back and put through the entire season of all the times you were negative about Ordaz and all the times you were negative about David Martinez.
Well, because he's had a better season than Martinez. Martinez lost his starting. You're talking about the last 2 games and then talking about the season. Okay, listen. You can
listen. It's fine. You guys get to be wrong. This is America. You have the freedom to be wrong. It's go with God. I'm telling you, you're fucking wrong.
Thank you so much for being here, demon of a man, Geoff Tock. I wish
we got that out of the way early.
I'm glad that we brought the energy of an incredible night down by letting
Unreal.
Admitted sex offender Geoff Tock onto the show. Look, I think this night was one of the more fun nights in LAFC's season for sure. David Martinez was the reason for that. He wasn't the only reason for that. Let's talk before we talk about the man in the stands who looked really good for a 14-hour flight, I want to say. Let's talk about Smolyakov. Let's talk about Hasal. Who else do you think showed up for this team in this match? Well, I mean, talk about Smolyakov and Hasal right now.
Smolyakov, I think, had every bit as good of a game as Martinez did.
Smolyakov is
he had a great game
that I was worried was going to be literally the next Omar Campos. And now I think he will stick around on this team. I think at one point I did say, I didn't think we were going to see him anymore. But he's legit, I think, played himself into this. I think he's comfortable. Look, we never know what their personal life is like. He may be homesick. He may want to be closer to home. I mean, he's from an area where there's a lot of stuff going on right now. But I would think just from what I've seen of the player, like Omar Campos, even when I was I think he should stick around, was more based on I think he's got a high ceiling. I think he's a good player. I wasn't totally sure on. I think now watching Smolyakov, that's a good, like his floor is at least raised a lot, where the point where I know I can actually count on him. And I think that bodes well for a team that is always going to be kind of thin in those areas. Like you see how much Hollingshead and Palencia play. Like you need a guy that's going to play a lot and give you at the very least a baseline that you can say he's not going to shit the bed. And he's definitely not that player anymore. And I know that sounds like I'm saying like, oh, he's just good enough, but like he played really well, and he played in a position in which he had to do a lot. At wingback, he was definitely defending, but was also, if you notice, the first guy running forward, making runs to help his teammates get out of trouble so that they could create transition moments. And it was really important, especially at 1-1. And obviously he has basically the assist, although I wouldn't call that really assist. I would say though, if you rewatch it, some fancy footwork right before the pass to Martinez. So I'll give him the assist just because like the way he shifted the ball from one foot to the other and then played the pass was pretty sexy. Yeah, he was good. I mean, Hassal stood in there. I think we were talking in a text chat. Like the dude is physically like what you want to see in a goalie, but maybe mentally just, lacking in confidence. And I think these couple of games, he's really come into his own, especially after that howler in Seattle. And I feel comfortable with him as a number 2. I'm not ready to say like, if Hugo leaves, I would love him as a number 1, but I think he's been very good. Tim Tillman comes into the game kind of cold, wins a penalty, plays a pretty good game throughout the game. You could slight down marks for the goal, but like that guy buries that header. That's like a 2% chance. And like, yes, Tillman could have done better, but like that guy still never should score that. And he does. So good for him. Some goals are scored out of like not a mistake versus like a great ball, great header.
What about Choinére? I feel like we saw Choinére there we go. We saw Choinére in the second half. Darren, there was a world in which all 3 of our bets could have cashed tonight. We have yet to talk about Vince's bet cashing.
To the very last minute.
But it came very close to my bet cashing at the end. Darren, Choinére had a couple of chances too, but he just looks confident. He looks ready to play. And I think our midfield finally has a fourth player that we can feel confident swapping one of these guys out for when they're not up to snuff. What do you guys think?
Yeah, what do we call it? Choinére? Choinére?
Choinére?
Both announcers had different pronunciations.
They really,
Choinére and then Choinére.
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 Well, I think the accent means you hit it, right? So Choinére, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Which goes to Danny.
He'll talk sooner or later.
In the comments, petition to call him Choni.
Chobani.
But
how would you guys think of Chobani tonight?
Is it Choni or Shoni? We don't know,
Okay, Chobani, I think, had an excellent game. We have a bunch of super chats and some more callers for a game in which, in a tournament that doesn't matter, that we're almost definitely out.
I was actually really hoping we could be a quick one on this, but I guess not.
I know this was one of the more fun games we've had this season because it felt like, because we saw the happy foot is the guys came in and they wanted to win, even though it wasn't our best players, right? It was an effort of heart and an effort of like pure, I was going to say tactics, but I don't want to fight with people.
Well, I don't think it was tactics. I don't think it was tactics, but I want to like emphasize your point. And like, I'm bullish on this and I will fight people on this because they will come at us and say, this team is garbage. They're never going to win anything. They suck. They're the worst. And I understand where it comes from. I get it. It's frustration because what I'm going to tell you is still frustrating, but this team can play up to the level of the best teams in the region. And that's really frustrating. But to say that they're garbage or will never do anything, or you don't see even with Son joining that they could possibly win MLS Cup or go on a deep run, it's just inaccurate. And that's like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm just like, let's call it what it is. Like, that's the real thing. And like, if you want to say like, I just don't want to be disappointed, so I'm going to put it out there that I think this team sucks. And if they happen to win a game like they did tonight, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Then just tell me that. But don't give me shit for assessing a team that I say like, no, they have the talent to do something. If they decide to play up to their level, that's on them. I don't know. But like, this is just another example of a team that has that level. This Tigres team, that was their, I mean, it's funny. The guy that was not their starter, Gignac. Okay, that's nice. Like, that must be nice for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They brought in Cordova in the last 10 minutes. Like, that's an incredible player. You know what I mean?
It definitely felt like energy-wise and vibe-wise for the team tonight felt necessary, right? Like, we got to feel what it was like if Martinez plays up to his potential, if we have the depth that we didn't think we had, and there's a guy in the fucking stands that is about to be the second best player in the league and revitalize the fan base of this team. Let's talk about it, right?
It's been far too much of this show to not talk about him.
Oh, did you not want to do the super chats first? I'm sure the super chats are going to bring it up.
Okay, yeah, let's talk it. Let's do super chats, which will definitely bring it up. In the first one, William Lamb, thank you so much for your super chat. Good evening, Hafo Safo crew. Big win for David Martinez's 2 goals, plus Son Heung-Min's arrival in Los Angeles. Oh, what a night. I think that's a good way to put it, William. Oh, what a night indeed. Here comes the sun. Sun is in Los Angeles. It has not been officially announced by the team through normal channels. However, it was announced on the big screen. Welcome to Los Angeles Football Club, LAFC forward, Son Heung-Min, on the screen, which means Vince's bet of the Sun signing being announced during LAFC's phase 1, not just phase 1, LAFC's phase 1 by LAFC, that technically did happen tonight. So Vince has won his bet. I didn't forget it. It will give him his money during the preview episode. What do you guys think about Son's arrival? Did it happen sooner than you think? I don't know. You can feel it in the fact that KTLA is talking about it. It just feels like a very big moment for this club and this city. How are you guys feeling knowing that the signing is going to come at 2 p.m. tomorrow?
It's transformational for this team, regardless of what happens in the season. I think a lot of people, there's just joy, right? Like, you can't be mad at this signing. The guy ticks a lot of boxes. And then on top of it, happens to be a genuinely awesome human being that a lot of people love. And I think for a lot of people that have claimed LAFC has made marketing signings in the past, it's also a marketing signing. Like, this is great for LAFC's market around the world. And he just so happens to be an incredible player and the greatest Asian player of all time, a legend at Spurs. So, like, there's so much to love. Obviously, he's going to have to perform on the pitch, but we are all of a mind that he has the skills and the tool set that, like, really does translate well to this league. And I would think something really would have to go wrong for him not to be at least, one of the top 10 players in the league, although he's probably behind Lionel Messi, the second best player in the league, just like today, like not even stepping foot on the pitch. And it just makes you excited. Like, again, there's a lot of things you can say about LAFC. And even when they weren't signing a Son level player, and by this, I mean Son level in terms of, like, they're probably going to be paying $20 million. Like, this is the biggest outlay LAFC has ever made. But, like, they've never been shy on spending money. Like, they just don't spend it recklessly. And this is a lot of money, but they know that it is important. They're never going to recoup it in terms of, like, a transfer fee going on, but they're going to definitely recoup it in terms of marketing and all the things that he brings to this team. I just think that this is par for the course of LAFC. And lastly, I'll say for people that are wondering, like, well, wait, we used to get young players. Why are we getting guys that are not young anymore? And I think it just always comes down to the situation. Like, Giroud did not work out. I totally understand that. And to Travis's point, Bale was basically not working out, but then scored the most important goal in LAFC's history. Giorgio, incredible player. Like, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good level. Yeah, not a DP also. So, like, we shouldn't really be complaining about Giorgio and Bale. Well, although Bale would have become a DP and literally bailed LAFC out in more ways than one. But, like, I think you've got to take some, yes, you definitely don't want to be known as a team that just signs aging players for no reason, but LAFC is taking it on a case-by-case basis. I think they made a risk-reward scenario when they looked at Giroud, and I think, again, I will say this, I will take this to my grave. every single team in this league would have taken Giroud at that moment, at that salary as a free agent, and it didn't work out. Every transfer is a risk. But LAFC is making sure that they're doing their due diligence and they are willing to spend in the right moments. And this is the biggest moment for them right now. This is transformational for this team. It's Carlos Vela. It's Sonny. Those are going to be things that we look back on years from now and say were two of the biggest moments in LAFC history.
I mean, the guy's Michael Jordan in Korea, right? Like you saw in his last game in Tottenham, I think everyone saw the photo that went viral as he was leaving the pitch. They panned the crowd and there was already an LAFC jersey in the crowd at the Tottenham game. And so it's like, it hadn't even been fully announced yet that he was coming. Someone had the foresight to order and ship a jersey. So they're going to recoup, I think, a lot of this money, whether or not we win MLS Cup. I think it is going to be massive for this team and the types of like, you want to resell your tickets, you're going to be able to resell your tickets. You want a full stadium, we're going to have a full stadium. My guess is that San Diego game will be his first game. I don't think he's going to start away in Chicago. But who knows? I mean, he came sooner than I thought. Let's get through some more of these super chats because we have a bunch more.
Somebody clip that.
What?
What you just said.
Another great thing besides being able to sell your tickets or fill stadiums.
Now you get it.
We're gonna win games, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think
I think we're gonna win a lot of games.
We have PTSD from Giroud.
Mm-hmm.
Giroud's worst case scenario, right? It can't go worse than that. I'm not gonna. Okay, knock on whatever my table.
Let's go to the super chats.
But like that's it. We have PTSD. All he has to do is be 50% of what he can be for this club, and it is worth the money because of all the other benefits, right? I'm very, very excited that he's.
I feel like you did say the same thing about Giroud, though.
We'll cut this part out of
which would have been true.
By the way, there is an age difference of about 7 years between the two of them. Like we are talking.
Yeah, 33 is not that old.
Yeah,
he
we're
just
talking about
turned
very
33 as well.
Yeah.
He turned 33 this or last month in July. Lisa, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy
big birthday. Happy big birthday.
Happy
son.
big birthday, Heung-Min Son. Son Heung-Min. Happy foot, David Martinez. Sad foot agreeing with Tock. I think we talked about this enough. Thank you so much, Lisa, for your super chat.
Thank you, Lisa.
As always, Mikey, $4.99. It's Tock time. Let's go. These were people bribing us to bring on Geoff Tock. I think most of them regret it.
I hope you're happy.
I hope you're happy with what you got after this joyful night for the club. Thank you so much.
The funny thing is we don't have a fundamental disagreement. I think we all believe that David Martinez is a great player. Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
which makes sense.
Yeah. It was, thank you so much, Mikey, for your super chat as always. Fluffhead $4.99 in Korean writing, "Are we back?" Sure felt it vibes wise tonight that we were back. Thank you so much.
You know, in the preview episode, I think I said that for me to feel like we're back, it would take a convincing win with Son playing. And I think I have to.
What about convincing win with Son in the director's box?
I think I feel like I'm convinced from this. I really am. And I think it's my fault because I think I was just overlooking this game entirely. I think I just wrote this game off. I just didn't think that it was even an option.
I had this thought when we went up 2-1 this game. I know we're not going to move on. This wasn't that bad of a Leagues Cup for the club, right? We went to PKs twice. One of those games we played with 10 men.
Undefeated, Travis.
For
an undefeated Leagues Cup run.
We played a great game tonight with bench players, mostly. David Martinez played his best game. I think the Mazatlan game is the one you want to get back, obviously. Yeah. But if you win that game at Mazatlan or Nathan Ordaz doesn't make that fucking stupid mistake, I think we might be in a different position than we would be in right now. I don't feel all that bad about how we played Leagues Cup. And I'm also sort of happy that the team gets some fresh gets some rest and doesn't have to play the rest of this tournament.
I feel like it is my duty as my role on the show to just state for the record that we are technically not mathematically out of Leagues Cup.
Stop it, Darren.
What is it? 10 teams have to lose for us to go through.
I was gonna say what you were saying, Travis, is sports are hard. Like there's no like givens in this. I mean, I'll go as far to say like Club World Cup wasn't exactly as terrible as everyone made it out to be. Like there was a few bad like a Mazatlan type moment or a Nathan Ordaz red card type moment. But these are the margins. Like this is at high level competition. You can still play well and not break your way. That being said, you know what's funny about MLS? Everyone gets in the playoffs. And we've continued to point this out. Like if LAFC is in the playoffs, and especially if they're in the playoffs and having home games, I like their chances because they can play games like this, especially at home. They can play games like this. Now, I know people are saying, well, what happens when we get to the final against Miami? I don't fucking care. Because at that point, we're in the final against Miami. And you know what? That's what it's supposed to be. Games are supposed to be games.
Versus Messi final, and we get to go to Miami.
Trust
Sounds
me,
great.
Don has already put it, like he's already at his like fortune teller or whatever he does.
Tonight,
and
moving forward, our roster is such that our two undoubtedly best players did not play tonight.
Yeah, let's talk quickly about Bouanga, right? There were some people both on Twitter and on our Instagram DMs saying, people were asking, does this mean that he's upset about the Son signing? I think he's tired and he wanted some rest. Or they said,
or it might not have been his decision.
We're going to give you rest because this game doesn't matter because we're not going to be able to move on, right? I think we saw how gassed he was against Portland. I'm happy that we're giving him some rest. He deserves it because we're about to go into a stretch of the season that will define how we think of this season, which has been pretty up and down. And I want to say more down than up, despite going to the Club World Cup. So I would not read into Bouanga not being in the 18 at all. I don't think Dolo cared about this game. And I don't think I cared about this game. And now I care about this game, even though we're not going to move on. Thank you guys so much for your super chat. Thank you, Fluffhead. Vaughn Amirian, $9.99. Thank you so much for your super chat. Breaking news. David Martinez just got sold to Tigres for $10 million.
Not enough.
I would
double that.
I would be willing to bet we will see this article in the Mexican press in the next 2 weeks. He just played a really good game against one of the bigger sides in Mexico. There's going to be so many rumors about him coming to Liga MX soon, without a doubt. Thank you so much, Vaughn. And Vaughn, we didn't set it up. Thank you. Vaughn gave us a gift. Let's debut the gifts before we talk about them because they're cool. I have to figure out how to set it up in my room. But thank you so much, Vaughn, for your gift and for being a sponsor of the show. If you need anyone in South Korea need a personal injury attorney, make sure you call 866-ARWIBA at whatever the country code is. +1 866 Arwiba.
I think we can say that the number tonight is 866 Are We Back?
Tonight is Are We Back?
Is the number.
Yeah.
1-866 Are We Back?
+1 866
+1
Are We Back?
Although if you're calling from South Korea, I don't know if it's really useful.
He's definitely
if the
not a lawyer.
Being provided are really applicable at all.
If you fly out for MLS Cup in Miami and you have a slip and fall, no, it's got to be in California. If it's played here, if you have a slip and fall, is
that a technical term?
I'm going to walk in front of you and throw like a soda down, and then sue BMO Stadium, and Vaughn Amirian will sue BMO Stadium for you.
A slip and fall is when you have an accident on a slip and slide.
Slip and fall is like the Better Call Saul used to do slip and falls with his friend at the beginning of that series. Thank you so much, Vaughn Amirian. He doesn't do those things. We're just saying them out loud. Daniel, thank you so much for your super chat. Need to interview Tiger supporters group again ASAP. I think that's a fantastic idea, Daniel.
Absolutely.
Let's get him on the show and talk about what this signing means to them. What a great idea. Thank you so much for the super chat, Daniel. Noah, thank you so much for the super chat. Gonna need someone else to let us know what this says.
I know what this says. This says
Nathan Ordaz. We either agree or disagree.
This says Nathan Ordaz is slow and fat.
Oh.
Neither are true.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's him trying to agree with Geoff Tock. Thank you so much, Noah, for the super chat and all your support tonight. And I know how much you love Son. So when Seattle's out of the playoffs, I'm sure you'll enjoy rooting for us. Thank you so much.
Here.
LAFC Luke has been waiting for a while. Justin does not want to come on. He's just hanging out. LAFC Luke, welcome to the show. Any happy feet or sad feet?
So first of all, it's not Choinére. It's Choinére.
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 Accent grave over the E before the RE. That is an eh sound. It's not Choinére. That would be no E at the end and no accent. It's
So say it one more time.
Choinére.
Choinére.
So it's like what Vince told us
Kobani.
that it is, but we don't listen to Vince enough. So this
Why
is
would
all
you?
tracking very well.
Vince was right. Vince was right.
We're not, Travis, we're not going to believe this.
Don't worry. We're going to talk about him in the preview episode, and I'm sure we'll call him something totally
The fact
different.
that we ever had a podcast without Vince is baffling. Go ahead. Go ahead, Luke.
I can't even believe it. Thank you, Luke.
For sure, my happy foot is Hassal, because that kid,
Glad you brought that up.
he was playing out of his mind. And like, yeah, the one.
Oh, wait. So sorry to interrupt. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I want to make sure this comment gets on. Low-key, cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space at ZGRY6NMH. Thank you so much, Flowkey. Cheap. Everyone, please remember cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Okay, keep going. Hassal, thank you so
I'm
much.
so sorry. You're not going to have many people listening to this one. Everyone, I'm sure, has flooded over to stream. What is it?
Stream Boo.
Go ahead.
Remove
Please.
the
I get
space.
so excited
Please
when we
continue.
get spam comments. I'm so sorry, Luke.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I love it. That just shows you've arrived when you've got.
Mhm, mhm.
You know, you've
Finally.
arrived.
It's a smart marketing tactic.
It
to come
is.
here.
So yeah, I mean, look, I know he gave up the one goal, but I don't know who stops that goal. Like that was crazy.
sure. That's
That
not his fault.
Nobody.
sequence is crazy. My sad foot. I just forgot it. Oh, my sad foot. Now, how could I forget this? Was the first 15 minutes of having talk on this show. Your audience like dropped by 50%. And for people who don't, that means half, because that was some weird, crazy, just noise, talking over each other, yelling, yammering. No one cares like that. Like, well, I don't know why we're butthurt. David had a good game. He had a good game. I'll give him that 100%. He played really, really well. And like, I've acknowledged when he's had a good game in the past. And like, Nathan had a bad game last game. And I was like punching a wall because of how mad I was about Nathan. I didn't actually punch a wall, but I could have punched a wall. Like, like this whole, like, we have to pick one or the other, whatever. I just feel badly for all of those new viewers who were so excited about this podcast coming to it for the first time. And that's their initiation. I'm so sorry to all of them out there.
That's how we find the real ones, Luke. The ones who stick through it.
Ones
Yeah.
who are like,
Through
oh,
Geoff Talk.
It's an
Great. I love
initiation.
It was
If
for
they get through Geoff Talk, they get to hear you.
It was for sure the closest we've gotten to sports talk radio. Is just
Oh, yeah.
people screaming over a caller, and everyone having a different conversation. Luke, anything else before we let you go and get to some of the more of these super chats?
Last thing I'll just say, all those folks, and I'll put myself as one of them when we saw the lineup and we were like, who are these people? Who's Friendwell? Who's Friendwell? Oh, that's Frankie. But like, saw the lineup, we're just like, what is happening here? And we all just thought, well, at least we're just going to get to see Sonny out in the stands because we're definitely not going to win on the field. Like, I literally had a plan for me and my husband to leave at halftime if we were down by multiple goals. And that's not what happened tonight. And I think we just got to acknowledge it. Like, to Vince's point, we've never been that bad a team. Like, we've had bad moments. We've had good moments. And this showed us that, like, the floor of our subs is actually not that bad. Like, we got to sort of, like, give them some respect. Put some respect on the Friendwells of the world.
This comment is very funny from Gomez. Friendwell, French for Frank. I know that's Francis or Francois. Thank you so much for calling in, Luke. We love you as always. See you soon.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Man, if there's any recurring theme on this show, it's not being able to pronounce anything besides Travis. I want to give a special shout out to people who were calling for Steve Cherundolo to be fired when they saw the lineup for this game. I think it just feels good to see. You can call for him to be fired whenever you want, but usually after a loss, it works better than before a win. Let's keep going with the super chat.
Yeah,
Lisa,
just a fundamental understanding of like how sports work.
You gotta this game doesn't matter still, even though it was fun. I'm happy we rested people. Lisa K, thanks so much for the super chat. He's the vibe guy we've been missing. She's talking about Son. I fully agree. That smile in the stands, my God, he's handsome. Is he the most handsome member of the team now? Is he more handsome than Denny?
Remember, we had a quotient for that. We had a level that we lost.
Listen, it's an important
we back,
thing,
baby. Actually, now we are back. 100%.
LAFC needs to be the most handsome team in the league.
You know who's also handsome? Ryan Porteous or Porteous or whatever his name is.
Well, we'll never know how to pronounce it because it's a name.
Chris Pontius.
Chris Pontius. We lost Giroud. That was a huge blow with respect to his looks and nothing else. It's important for us to maintain that status as the best looking team in the league. And we finally got back on top. And I'm feeling great about that.
Leather jacket looked great.
Yeah.
Ooh, he was stylish. You could tell he's been paid a lot of money. Man, he's going to fit into LA. And I think, ladies, he's single. I'm pretty sure Son does not, or he's certainly not married.
Also, as far as the press has put out, committed to staying single for soccer.
Interesting.
That's what he's said.
Interesting.
He doesn't want distractions.
Wait until
is what's been out in the press.
I mean, he's been living in London, and it's no Los Angeles. I'll say that.
That's true.
They eat fish and chips for every meal over there. Thank you so much, Lisa, for the super chat. Francisco says $4.99. Thank you so much for the super chat. Good evening, gentlemen. Let's fucking go. Who are we signing with our remaining DP? Dybala or another center back? Vince, you want to answer this one?
I would. Well, I do love Paulo Dybala. His time at Juventus was cut short, sadly, because he's very injury prone. So I don't necessarily know if he's the best signing in that regard, especially because I think his release clause is like $18 million. You don't really want to pay that much for an injury prone player, but incredibly talented. I think it is going to be some kind of attacker. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a Paulo Dybala attacker after paying $20 million for Son. I think it'll be more in like the mid-range, like, Denny Bouanga territory, but I would have said this even before the Ebobisse injury. Like I guess this is something we haven't talked about, and this is something that David Martinez provided. The thing that LAFC has been missing all season is if it does not go right with Denny Bouanga, there's no one else, literally no one else. LAFC needs secondary scoring. Obviously, Heung-Min Son provides that at a peak level. But I think you should still think to add more, especially when you look at this midfield. And I like Choinére. I think he's a solid player, but he's not a super creative player. I think we have a workman midfield. We're going to need very creative, high scoring forwards. And right now we have another guy that is going to be signing and we think he'll be fine. I think you need to add another. And then you have David Martinez, you have Nathan Ordaz coming off the bench. You have that depth that you need, especially remember this Club World Cup season is so different from anything we've ever encountered. Like LAFC's run-in is terrifying. It's a lot of games in a short period of time. That's fine, I guess, but like we're going to need to be a little bit fit for the playoffs. Like, again, I think everyone makes the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs, but how fit will we be coming into the playoffs having played every 3 days for like multiple weeks leading in? I worry about that. So I think they're definitely going to need depth and secondary scoring.
I think if we were worried about them not filling that third DP slot, I think it will be filled this summer transfer window. And there's also been plenty of rumors, and they've been saying it on the broadcast. It looks like they're bringing more people in. So I have a feeling things are cooking there. Yeah, I don't think I have a feeling it won't be a name we know, unless maybe it's Brian Rodriguez. But yeah, I think we're not done in the summer transfer window. Thank you again, Francisco. Daniel, again, $2. Excited for the talent Son will attract. I agree that it elevates the club as well in the same way that Bale and Chiellini did. And I think Chiellini's attachment and Vela, excuse me. I mean, this team just proves that it's the team that people want to play for now. I agree we maybe shouldn't focus all of our attention on aging stars, but Son just turned 33. He's 32 and 1/12 is his age right now.
Listen, I really need 33 to be young. Okay. Can we please just say 33 is young?
I'll say,
Everyone?
yeah, I am excited for everything Son brings to this team. You can just feel the electricity around this. I mentioned around him. I mentioned this on the Discord. My dry cleaner is Korean. I'm friends with her, and she asked me. I was wearing an LAFC jersey. Weirdly, she knows a lot about my life. We talk a lot.
Sorry, I didn't realize this was actually going somewhere. I was a little
Well, I
worried.
mean, you have to tell her what the stain is so she knows what to use on it, right?
I know Jen doesn't listen to the show, but one of the things my favorite thing she ever said was, I tried Hacks. It's not for me. She's constantly insulting me and Jen. That's why I love our dry cleaner. But she highly recommend Boyle's cleaner in Eagle Rock. But she said today I was wearing an LAFC shirt when I brought something in, and she goes, "Oh, I don't know anything about soccer, but all of my Korean friends were texting about how exciting this is." She said, "Is he good?" I was like, "Yes, he's very good." So this is breaking through to people who don't follow the sport at all, but are in the Korean community in Los Angeles. This is going to be massive for the club. Shout out to my dry cleaner. Vaughn Amirian, thank you so much again for the super chat. $4.99 Sun better debut versus San Diego at home. I think that's the most likely scenario. That's our next home game. I have a feeling
that's like the 30 or that's the 1st of September.
It's the end of this month, right? I think it's either the
I
very
think he
end
plays
of
before then.
You think
he's
plays
gonna
in Chicago?
So it's
No.
it's a what's our schedule look like? I think it's all away
Chicago,
games.
New England, Dallas. Yes, it is a lot of away games, but I don't see.
Oh yeah, we have New England and
he's gonna have to
Dallas
play an
before
away game
San
at some point.
Diego.
New England does play on artificial turf, which I'm not sure if that's like a deal breaker for him per se.
They do?
Yeah, of course they
Well,
do.
he's coming off injuries
I didn't know
too.
that.
So I think he'll be a sub for a little bit, I imagine, until
Yes. Yeah, if you're talking about starting, I don't think he doesn't start. I think his first game starting will be San Diego, but I could see him making like a 15-minute appearance against either New England or Dallas to get his feet underneath. Remember, he's been loading up his preseason, so he's probably along the lines of, I would say, like 60 minutes in his legs, and so you continue to get him that much closer. He should be hitting the ground running.
I would love for him to debut before that, but yeah, I would say he's definitely going to play by San Diego. Thank you again, Vaughn, for the super chat. Oh, this came in. People were saying that Vince's bet didn't cash in the chat. We've been talking about the logistics around that for a while. Vince's bet definitely cashed, and I think it was William Lamb sent this super chat, which I think solidified as well that his bet cashed. The team announced it on the big screen that he's an LAFC forward, which is a team announcement, as well as an AP news story, which is like the most credible news source in America, saying that he signed with LAFC. Vince's bet has cashed. We'll talk about it on the next preview episode.
Yeah, and for those worrying about like the integrity of our bets, we're actually going to be finding a good place for that money, and it won't likely be my pocket. So
it's easy for you to say because you've won so many.
Yeah,
I've won a single time in the history of this podcast. Thank you so much, William, for the super chat. Sam Ramirez says $1.99. How fast can we sell Dolo out to America? I mean,
the hashtag?
Yeah, it's a good idea for those of you who want to get rid of Steve Cherundolo sooner. Starting a rumor that he's going to Club America isn't a bad idea for making everyone excited. But he's definitely going to Germany to be with his family. But Sam, thank you so much for the super chat. Adam, thank you again for the super chat. Can Vince get into the press conference and Kenny asks Son if we are back? Vince, you want to take this one?
I can. I don't know if I want that to be my introduction to this player of this magnitude, but I'll think about it.
You want to skip work tomorrow to go to the 2 p.m. press conference?
Hard no. They're not fun. They're not fun.
Yeah, they're very controlled too. It's those specifically, I don't think you need to go to. Thank you so much for the super chat, Adam. I really appreciate it. Douglas, thank you for the super chat. $4.99 with Son. Bouanga's looking at an end to other teams double teaming him. I'm sure he's thrilled. I do think this will open us up a good amount. We have other options. We've been saying it all season long. We've been live or die by Bouanga because Giroud was such a failure. That is no longer true. Or at least we hope that is no longer true. We said a similar thing about Giroud when Giroud came. So we'll see how it goes,
Yep.
but they're very different players. And as you know, Son can open up the field for himself and find Bouanga as well. So I'm very excited to see what this means for a team that normally scores a lot of goals, that has had a pretty goal. I would say this is one of our least goal scoring seasons that we've had since I've been following this team, which is the whole time. It's just we score 1 or 2 goals a game, and we used to score like 4 or 5 we haven't seen Nips once this season, which is something we'll have to explain to the good people of South Korea when they start.
With Son getting double teamed, we're gonna see so many more Yaya Boa goals, you know?
I mean, just the worst player.
It just opens him up so much, you know?
All right. We don't have to do the full rankings, but like if you had to put like the very bottom player on the team, like you're ranking all of them
in the rotation,
is it Yaya Boa or
ratio of game played to car driven?
Yeah. Yaya Boa, I would put below Ochoa for sure. I think if we're gonna go full rotation, Yaya Boa is bottom of the power rankings. Son is above them at this point for what they've contributed to the club. Thank you again for your super chat, Douglas. Shavanator, we just talked about this, but thank you so much for the super chat. Who will be the third DP and what position will be? We have no idea who it'll be. It'll be an attacking player, I'm almost certain, especially bringing in Choinére,
and they still haven't announced Perez, who's another center back. I think they're fine.
No, they announced Perez, didn't they? No,
did they? I thought they hadn't announced him yet.
No, they did, because that was the first hat tip. Then they didn't do one for Porteous because they knew everyone would think it was Son.
Okay, yeah. So I think on the back line, so that fills Aaron Long's spot and Marlon's spot. So I think they're good there. Choinére, I think, is kind of insurance against Amaya not playing as well as they thought he was going to, and Unholm being, who knows, he's a mystery man. I like him like that. It's kind of, I'm fine with that. His middle name is Thiago, which he's given himself, which is so great.
He showed up to the team wearing crutches.
Yeah, basically. I mean, did we give them to him? Did he bring them himself? These are things we need to know.
Are they necessary?
Yeah.
What potential him and Yaw had for the names going into the season? We were so excited.
You can buy crutches at CVS.
We could have made some great shirts based off their names alone, but we just knew that you guys weren't going to buy a single one of them.
The MLS player or Pokemon possibilities were endless.
Yeah.
We're Yaw Dog. We could be saying Yaw Dog a lot. Thank you so much for your super chat. Luke Clip, I'm not going to touch this one with the 10-foot pole. Thank you so much for your super chat, though, Luke. I really appreciate it. Thank you again, Luke. K, $1.99. Cool note. Middle host sounds like Herman Munster. Anything you want to say to that, Darren?
I am alarmed by how often I have gotten that throughout my life.
Shout out to your Ditto.
It's a thing. I've gotten that like somewhere between 5 and 10 times in my life.
Kay, you have a avatar that is the Ditto. It's an 8-bit version of Ditto pretending to be Dragonair, I believe. So I just want to say I appreciate your avatar of Ditto pretending to be Dragonair, because it's not. No, what's the middle one? Is that Dragonair? Dragonite?
I love how he's asking us.
And the viewership is going down.
Hey, chat, let me know. Chat, let me know who
losing.
the middle evolution is.
People
of that
are unsubscribing. We are losing patrons.
People are taking money from our Patreon. How is this possible?
Wow. Oh my God. We are now subscribed to everyone else's Patreon.
Ditto Dratini, thank you so much. A Ditto Dratini, you uncultured bastards. Thank you, Freddie Dominguez.
I love that you put it that harshly to you.
Everybody throwing Dratini in the chat as if I'm some fucking dummy. Thank you so much, Kay, for the super chat. The surgery was a failure. Get Amirian to sue, Darren. He didn't do it for his voice. Darren and I played soccer, and it's the first time Darren's been able to play soccer in a decade because of his fucking breathing.
Because he can breathe. That's probably a good start.
It was honestly an incredible experience.
I need everybody to know.
I was out of breath, and we had a break, and I was out of breath, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can catch my breath." I can't remember the last time I was able to do that.
Very casual game. Darren, the leading scorer of the whole game. I know it
I
was
don't think we
casual.
were
We're not
keeping
keeping
score.
stats. I was keeping
wait,
stats.
why didn't you invite me? I want to pump my stats. I'd love to score a bunch of goals.
That
against
would've
Do you
people
been-
want to
trying hard.
drive from Long Beach to Frogtown?
I mean,
Do you know where Frogtown is?
No, I don't. I used to live when I lived in Hollywood. I would drive Hollywood to Long Beach to play soccer.
Whoa.
Hey, there's only so many soccer games left in these legs, man. Got to take the chances when you got them.
Okay,
You know that now. You know that now, Darren.
They needed bodies.
I certainly
they needed
do.
bodies. I
Alright,
would have
next time.
happily invited you. I just thought that it was too long of a drive.
Well, always just say no.
That's true. That's true.
I was looking like David Martinez after he scored out there. Geoff Tock,
Yeah.
what's up?
Oh,
my big happy foot from that pickup game was that it's the first time I've played in this pickup game, which is now it's the third time I've played where I didn't have an asthma attack. Other 2 times I've had an asthma attack. This time I got through it without one. So we're doing great.
You set the
I
bar
mean,
high
if we get all 3 of us there, we can do a post game.
of the pickup game.
I feel like we're good. This one went long. I mean, thank you everybody for hanging out. We'll take it to the Discord to decide which Pokemon each one of the hosts are.
Ooh, I love
Hitmon-
that. Yeah. I don't know much about
Hitmonchan.
Pokemon, but pick me. Pick one for me.
Look, this has been a delight of a night.
Who's Hitmonchan?
I don't like Hitmonchan. I don't want to be Hitmonchan.
Is
Is
he
he just
have
like
massive
wait, is he
biceps?
just the round one with just like big arms?
No, that's Geodude. I would love to be Geodude.
Whoever
I
said
would
without the
kill to
biceps
reach-
has not seen Travis's biceps. I'm just going to go ahead and say.
It's a long-running joke in the chat that I'm actually not jacked, and it's infuriating to me. Maybe the only thing that's ever hurt my feelings on this show.
Travis, I can say Travis is kind of jacked. A little bit.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Oh no, it is the boxer Pokemon, so that's nice. Look, without the biceps, Travis is jacked. Are you saying? Okay, we're getting over this. What a wonderful
I
night.
think we should dig in further.
This is Travis equals Jigglypuff. I love Jigglypuff.
Oh,
I love Jigglypuff.
just the name
yeah.
sounds bad though.
Oh, what a sweetie pie Jigglypuff is, and yet dangerous in ways you don't know.
Definitely don't.
I don't know any of it.
Yeah.
Okay, Psyduck. Psyduck was my favorite Pokemon for a long. I could go so long on Pokemon. This is an old school post game.
Oh boy.
Do you want us to leave? You can just keep
Yeah, do
going
you
with
guys
these
mind?
people.
We'll keep talking about Pokemon. We haven't played MLS Player Pokemon yet this season because
That's
we've
true.
been holding off because I really want to play with a player. I want to bring a player
Possible.
on the show and play with them.
We're
But
working
if
on
we-
it's efforting. We're efforting it.
if anyone at the team is still listening to the show,
Doing
we get
effort.
to have a player on this show. And you know we talk the party line. We never say a bad thing about this team. So let us have a player on. Look, this has been an incredible night for LAFC. We're out of the Leagues Cup.
Not yet, not mathematically. LAFC
Son,
still
baby.
in Leagues Cup, technically.
Son is going to be an LAFC player for at least the next 2 seasons. David Martinez has the best game he's ever had in the black and gold. And we beat a team that we've been unable to beat before in a game that they really wanted to win. This was a great night to be an LAFC fan, and I'm really excited to see what the rest of the season has in store. Are we back? I love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye.